I'm going to cry. Crying already.
It's not often you see a police officer openly show such emotion.
How are you? You look gorgeous. Good to see you, darling.
Senior Sergeant Jane Healy was the first point of contact for all the families involved in the Dianne disaster.
Good to see you.
How did you find Sammy and Reuben throughout that whole time?
They're amazing people. You know, Sammy, right from the start, you know, could have been forgiven for, you know, being just deliriously happy. She was grieving just as bad as everybody else. The best day of that whole entire job was when I got to take Sammy and Reuben's mum to the airport to meet Reuben off the rescue helicopter. Without a doubt, the best day.
Jane's worst moment was on day 5, breaking the news that 2 bodies had been found.
Yeah, I had to sit down in front of, I think there were about 25 people, and tell them that we'd found 2 of the boys, but we didn't know who they were. That was tough.
Jane was just one of hundreds of police and emergency personnel mobilised when news of the Dianne disaster broke. The first priority was finding the vessel, a job that fell to Sergeant Dan Moyle.
So based on the debris in the water and where Reuben was located, we do reverse planning to find out where the vessel possibly went down.
How close were you?
We found it in 3 hours, so we were pretty close. Yeah, and it's a science, it's a heap of maths, and it's well planned.
That's when the police divers, led by James Hall, got the call.
When you do a dive like this, how much responsibility do you feel towards the families to provide answers?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, these lads were our partners, sons, brothers, they had kids. So, yeah, it was a big thing for all of us to get a result and recover as many of the lads as we could, and we all felt that, and and being divers ourselves, we all wanted to bring these boys back.
Technically, it was the most challenging dive James and his team have done. This footage gives some idea of the chaos of that night.
Not only were you working through fridges and food and blankets and mattresses and so on, you had a heap of this fishing twine. It's not a line, actual thin rope, and it was like a spider's web in there.
How difficult would it have been for those boys to get out of the wheelhouse and make their way to the surface?
To get out of there, you've got to do that on one breath, and your whole world's just been flipped upside down. That's super tough, and it's incredible Reuben managed to get out.
Inside the hull were the bodies of Adam Hoffman and skipper Ben Lay. Eli Tonks, Adam Bidner, Chris Samet and Zach Feeney were nowhere to be found.
It's hard to only bring 2 back. I imagine how hard it must be for, you know, the 4 families. They want answers and want someone back. Yeah, that's tough. So yeah, we felt that. Yeah, totally.
So the toughest part about being a police officer in this is feeling like you haven't achieved your aim, because our aim is to bring people home. And in this situation, we couldn't. It wasn't just me. There was a whole team of people who just felt like there's something more.
Well, 4 boys that didn't make it home.
Yeah.
Only Ben and Adam Hoffman's bodies were recovered. Do you think that means that Zach and the others got out?
Well, they obviously got out. I'm 100% sure they did.
Yeah.
Whether they made it to the surface alive after they tried to get out, that's another thing. But yeah, of course they got out.
If anyone could have, it was those 4 men. They were too strong, they were too experienced, too capable.
Like her little brother Zach Feeney, Jackie has spent much of her life working on boats. For nearly all of his professional career, Joel Feeney has been a diver. These days, collecting fish and corals for aquariums.
It would have been scary, that's all I know.
Yeah.
That's, no matter which way it played out,
Yeah.
they would have been frightened. So,
Is there some comfort knowing that he died at sea doing what he loved?
100%.
Yep. Always has been from the very start. I hope in time that it will be a great salve to our wound as such, that he did die doing what he loved, that all the boys were so happy and at home on the sea.
Can I have a kiss? I don't want a kiss.
Little Chase Samet had only just celebrated his first birthday when his father Chris went back to sea for the last time.
He is just like his dad. He's stubborn, he's crazy, he's fun, he's energetic, he's a crack up, he's hilarious, yeah.
And if you compare baby photos,
Spitting image, yes, spitting image.
yeah, well, you know, he'll be able to grow up knowing that his dad was an amazing person.
Yeah, so much proof to back that up, so he'll know that forever.
Perhaps the most confronting image for all the loved ones was 4 months after the sinking, when the Dianne was lifted from the seabed. She was taken down to Bundaberg Marina, where the families had one last chance to say goodbye before she was carved up for scrap metal.
We actually kept a few pieces off the boat that we thought might be appropriate for a memorial or as such.
Marina manager Brett Hensler knew the significance of preserving at least something of the boat.
That's amazing you guys kept a bit of this, mate. It's, families will love to have this close to home.
But of all the mementos salvaged from the Dianne,
Oh, the big old girl.
it was the smallest find that means the most to Reuben and Sammy.
One of the special things we found was that, which is, I believe, your wedding ring.
Yeah, mate, it is.
You're meant to get it back. That's
Thank
all
you.
I can say.
Oh, mate,
It's the one thing he wanted.
One thing, and it's inside it's got an engraving there. You probably saw it. It says forever and always. So it means more than just a wedding ring now to me, you know.
special. Yeah.
Probably going to get sluggers engraved on the other side there,
Yeah.
hon. I'm sorry about that. Look at that, eh?
Coming up, the painful truth.
How many more men or women need to die at sea before they will make a change?
Could this tragic accident have been prevented?
But there was a chance.
Yeah, there was a window of time
Yeah.
that they could have done something.
That's next on 60 Minutes.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.